Hello!
Good morning!
We've got the tent box on the roof, we've got the dogs in the back, we've got the bags packed, and we're just setting off on our first adventure with the tent box.
We are.
Now, I know a few weeks ago we said that we were going to focus on showing you the hidden gems around the North Highlands, but we actually thought it might be nice to kick off this new adventure in the place where Foxes Afloat's journey began all those years ago in 2018.
I wonder where we could be going.
It's the longest car journey we've taken since we went to the Creek Boat Show back in 2022. There's something a bit surreal about leaving the quiet Highland roads behind for that relentless pace of an English motorway. The contrast is striking, trading the vast empty landscapes and rugged beauty for this rush of traffic and that familiar hum of civilization.
Well, I think we're here. Boys, I don't think we're in the Highlands anymore.
Despite the change of scenery though, we're both excited to be getting closer to our destination.
This is our favourite boating city.
Absolutely.
We're just behind us is Salthouse Dock. Just to our right hand side is Albert Dock. And just after we launched Silver Fox back in May 2019, this was the first place that we came.
It was the first place we headed to.
So it was the first city we took the boat to. It was one of the first boating vlogs that we did. And on the day we arrived, there was this huge thunderstorm. Do you remember? The rain was hammering down on the boat. And I was running up and down the boat inside looking for leaks through the mushrooms and the windows and everything.
With blue tack.
With blue tack, just in case I found any. But it was a really brilliant first adventure for us, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And we loved Salthouse Dock so much that we came back in 2021.
With Fran and Rich.
And it was one of the first vlogs we did, but it was also one of the last city boating vlogs that we did.
Yeah.
And rather than come down the Liverpool link, which we did on the first vlog, we came, do you remember, down the Manchester Ship Canal and then down onto the River Mersey and then through this way.
Yeah.
And that was an amazing adventure. But it was tinged with a bit of sadness because I got quite depressed when I was here for some reason.
Yeah, you
and
did, didn't you?
It felt like the kind of beginning of the end of the adventure for us.
Do you think?
I think for me that was, looking back, the beginning of the end. Not that it took away any enjoyment or love that we have for Liverpool. It's our favourite boating city by a mile.
And it's Silver Fox's home, really.
It is the home. I see Liverpool, not just Salthouse Dock, but I see Liverpool as the home of Narrowboat Silver Fox, and I think I always will.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing city, amazing place to moor. The people are just fantastic, and it is always going to be the home of Silver Fox. The only disappointment is that I never got to meet Sonia. Yeah, I thought she would have come down to see us at some point. Although Sean got to meet one of his heroes, Jeff Brazier, one day, didn't you?
I won't call him my hero.
Well, you would have liked to. He would have done if he'd have got the chance.
Two people who didn't just help make the dream of Silver Fox a reality, but also became two of our closest, most loved friends are Kev and Sue. Kev was my best man at our wedding last year, doing his best to keep me grounded during what was the happiest weekend of my life. Although I think he was a bit more nervous than I was at some points. Back in 2014, Kev and Sue launched the Bickerstaff Boat Company, crafting 27 beautiful boats over 8 years, including our beloved Silver Fox, before retiring in 2022 and passing the reins to Elton Moss Boat Builders. Honestly, I think fate brought the four of us together, and it's always emotional when we get to meet up. And it's not just us who adore visiting them. Otis absolutely loves staying with Kev and Sue. In fact, it's the only place where he behaves himself. So I left Otis, Ollie and Sean to catch up with Sue, while Kev and I headed off to a place that holds a very special memory for us all.
It's weird. It doesn't feel real being back here. This is St Mary's Marina in Rufford, and this is where we launched Silver Fox on 3rd of May 2019, was it? Am I getting my dates wrong?
No, you bang on with the dates, so it's almost 6 years?
6
years in a month.
It's changed.
I've noticed they've cut your favourite bush down.
There's a bush over there and I was hiding behind it when we were doing the drone. Well, half anxiety, I think, and half just trying to keep out of the way.
And I really wanted to be behind that bush with you and hiding. Yeah, yeah.
It's weird to think that the video we did on the launch, over 250,000 people just on YouTube watched that. But 30 million people on Amazon Prime Video
30 million.
watched the launch video, and it just don't feel real. It's just,
No.
I've been back here. I mean, it's changed, but it's not different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get that same.
I mean, if you think back now, this really, you know, touchdown when the boat hit the water.
Yeah.
That really was the start of your journey. And for us, it was a sense of relief. First and foremost, it floats. And ultimately, you're
Yeah.
away. You're free. I know you stayed around the area for the first couple of weeks, but I
stayed
think within
with-
a month you were doing the bloody Ribble link. So, you know.
I think we were straight out onto the Rufford, and we went
Yeah.
about a mile
Yeah.
until it chilled out. But you used this marina to launch quite a few of your boats, didn't you?
We did. I think we launched probably 8 or 9 boats from this marina.
For us, and I'm guessing for everybody that buys a narrowboat, launch day is like D-Day, isn't it? For
Oh
the
yeah,
boat.
there's absolutely no testing the boat prior to it actually going in the water. Not just that does she float, there are no leaks, is it leaning to one side more than the other, or how does it sail, how does it swim? Looking back with hindsight, we hit the jackpot first time, didn't we? Because she was absolutely perfect.
The scariest,
She really was.
The scariest moment, I think, for us, I don't know about you, is that moment when the straps are taking the tension as it comes off the lorry.
Oh yeah. Well, backing it down, I don't know whether you can see where the black car is in the distance, but there's a ramp which the lorry driver backs down with the boat on the back. He's only got 2 straps holding the boat on. For me, that was, you know, once he's down that's step 1, we're done.
Yeah.
And then the crane driver, they're really professional, the crane drivers, and, you know, he has his own man and swinging it round, and then ultimately just resting it on the water. What we used to always do is have them rest them on the water in the straps, and we'd whip round quick. Were you looking for any bubbles? I know this sounds ridiculous, but, you know, every boat builder goes through exactly the same because they're hand built.
Yeah.
They are, you know, you put your life and soul into this thing for 6 to 9 months the time building. Well, we certainly did.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, the stress and the worry leading up to launch day, and then finally you give the crane driver the thumbs up to ultimately let her go all together, and she's sitting on her own
Yeah.
on her own 2 feet, if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like when the straps came off and there was just like this flurry of activity. You put in the tiller
Well,
on and then the covers were going on.
We all have
and-
our roles. So the first part was the lads get inside and they're checking at all of the stress points, all of the pinch points, if you like, and we have inspection points inside. You know, and we're checking for any water ingress, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
But when the lads come from inside to outside, where I'm normally on the deck, putting the tiller on, checking the engine, start the engine, and then when they come from the inside to the out and give me the thumbs up, your stress level goes from 90%, now it's to 40%.
So it's not just the owners, it's not just us that's stressed on the day, because
Oh my
you look
God,
cool
no.
as a cucumber.
Yeah, that's
so
all.
You're like the Swan
that
then.
is all a front. That really is. I mean, we said at the start, I really wanted to be hiding behind the bush with you, but you know, you take the responsibility of ultimately doing it to the absolute best of your ability. But there is always that element of doubt.
Yeah.
But you can't show that. You can't let the owners see that, because, you know, you've put your life savings into this thing. You've sold
Yeah.
your house and everything else, and
Yeah.
and me and Sue personally, we took it so seriously. And yeah, you on launch day you send off a little bit of yourself with the boat,
Yeah.
and it's difficult to explain, but you know, we care too much. It's as simple as that.
It sounds like it must have been exhausting for you too.
Unbelievable.
Because we're like,
Unbelievable.
for us, the night before launch, the excitement levels are up there.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
you, it must have been stress.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, it starts from the minute you lift the boat onto the trailer at the yard. That's where the countdown starts.
So for me and Sean and everybody else that had boats launched to you, I mean, the night before was like really exciting. For you and Sue, it was really stressful. I'm guessing at the end of launch day, for everybody, there's that kind of relief, maybe a bit of exhaustion. But being back here, how does it feel for you?
It's a very, very special place, to be honest with you, because so many happy memories have all started at this point. You launch a little bit of yourself with every single boat. Happy, happy times here.
Yeah, definitely.
Liverpool and narrowboat building go together like tea and biscuits, stretching all the way back to the late 18th century when the Leeds and Liverpool Canal was under construction and thousands of navvies were busy digging, laying stones, building locks and generally getting really muddy. One of our close friends, Ian Kinvig, although you'll never hear anyone call him that because to everybody he's just Kinney, has been boat building for 25 years. He's worked for some of Liverpool's best known boat builders, hammering away before most of us even knew what a narrowboat was. Eventually, Kinney decided to take the plunge, not literally, thankfully, and launched his own boat building business, Swan Boats, in 2017. We first met him back in the summer of 2018 when we were on the hunt for our dream boat, and even though we ended up choosing Kev to build Silver Fox, we've stayed close friends with Kinney ever since. Talking of dream boats. Hugs over, I couldn't wait to find out what Kinney's been up to.
7 years since we were last on one of your boats.
Yeah. I know. It's about how fast has that gone?
It's just
Crazy, isn't it?
It's amazing. And the worst thing is when we look at the original footage of when we came to see you 7 years ago, you don't look any different. And I've aged like 20 years, which is sick. So I'm just going to move a little bit further away so that you don't see the lines. How do you do it?
You know what? Everyone says that, but my stress levels are always through the roof. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to tell you how old he is, but he's nearly as old as me, and he looks amazing for his age. And you got to stand like that again to show his muscles off. So it's. I was going to say it's 7 years since we were here, but we weren't here. It wasn't here, was it?
No. It was around the little yard, wasn't it? I was on my third boat at the time.
Yeah, we'd seen one of your first boats at Mercia Marina.
Yeah.
And that's what prompted us to come and see you.
Yeah.
And you were building boat 3. Which one's this? How many have you done now?
This is number 47 now. So
hang on, quick maths.
so
So 44 boats.
yeah, down the line. And this is finished now. And we've got more in the yard now. So we're on number 50 now.
Just look at the camera. This man's built 44 boats, and look at his complexion. He's not got a single stress line. I don't know. There's a couple of little ones that.
Botox. I'm telling you now. It's not no Botox, honestly. Yeah.
And it looks very different. I mean, your kind of origins was Liverpool boats, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
A lot of the boats were of a very similar design, weren't they?
Yeah.
How have they changed?
A lot of people don't want them to look like a boat. You know, like where you think you're in a boat, it's really a lot of wood in it and stuff like that. Now people want it nice, bright, airy, light. They want it all like quite like modern apartments now, don't they? Do you know what I mean? So like white worktops, white tops, fancy radiators.
Diesel heating, that seems to have really taken off. 'Cause it was all squirrel stoves, wasn't it? More so squirrel.
It was all squirrel. It was all, they just want to get on the boat, and if they're a little bit too hot, they can turn it down.
I remember sat in a couple of Januaries in vest and shorts with windows open.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just you can't turn it down.
No.
How has that changed in regards to what customers ask for compared to just like 7 years ago?
Yeah, it's. I think a lot of people who are buying boats now, they're doing their own work a lot more now.
Yeah.
So they're coming to us now with like, I want that solar, I want these batteries, I want that Victron inverter. With the price of everything going through the roof, material-wise and wages and everything all shot up.
Yeah.
It's like they're expensive now.
What have you done to keep that cost down as much as you can?
Obviously, we've got all the steels in-house now. The little yard where you first met me, that's a little steel yard now, so I can try and keep the cost of that down.
So basically, you're doing from the base plate to the finished product then?
That's it.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Looking back to that shed where you were doing one boat at a time, how many boats can you get in this one?
We've got 5 in at the moment. We can squeeze another one in 6, like, if we wanted. When there's 5 boats in here and you've got 5 customers, they're all like, when can I have it, when can I have it, when can I have it? And you're like, right, I've got to finish that one first, then I've got to jump on that one.
So if a customer walks in and you've not even got a base plate yet, what can people expect?
Normally, steel's around about 5 to 6 weeks max, depending on the sort of the hull type. And then you're into maybe a little bit more now, maybe 6 to 8 weeks fit out time. Now we're doing a lot of electric boats, which are a lot more complicated, and they take probably around about 8 to 10 weeks. So
that's still pretty good. I've just noticed the Caldwell's windows, the portholes, which is what we had on Silver Fox.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that you're still using like local suppliers as well.
That's it. Yeah, we all try and. But we not all the supply. We all know everyone knows everyone in the boat game, like, so. Yeah.
So this is a boat that's ready to go, then, is it?
This is ready to go now.
Somebody could come and buy this.
Yeah, there you go. This is ready to go. I'll do you a good deal.
Shall we have a walk through and have a look through?
Yeah, good. Can, yeah.
Not once, since we waved goodbye to Silver Fox, have I craved life back on a narrowboat. Not even a little wobble of doubt. But then, St Mary's happened, and spending time with Kinney on one of his shiny new boats. It was like somebody'd lobbed a lit match straight at that spark I felt when we first went boat hunting in 2018. And boom, there it was, the itch, the longing, the maybe I really was born to be a water-dwelling hobbit moment. And listen, this boat is gorgeous, and as of editing this vlog, it's still available. So if you fancy yourself floating serenely along one of the open canals before the summer, give Kinney a ring and make him an offer. I've popped his details down in the video description. But just be prepared, his charm is about as infectious as his boat obsession. For now, it's back to Kev and Sue's to collect Sean and the boys, and to hit the road to our next stop, a place that I just know is going to stir up some emotionally charged special memories.
I'm just genuinely blown away at all the love.
It's awesome, hasn't it?
It's amazing. It's like, got out of the car and Kev and Sue were just like, come here, and massive hugs. And then we went to see Kinney, and Kinney was like running out and arms around us and a big squeezy man hug from him. And it's just, I don't know, it's something about the people in Liverpool.
Oh, the people in Liverpool are amazing.
When we had the boat built, just the community was amazing. But there's one place we haven't been yet.
Woo-hoo.
And that's the actual place where Silver Fox was born, which is Bickerstaff Boat Company Workshops. And I reckon that's where we're going to get the warmest welcome of all.
Yay.
And here we are.
Yay.
I can't believe, after it doesn't feel like 6 years since we were last here. 7 years since we were first here, and 6 years since we were last here, when Silver Fox came out of another gate for launch. But this place just holds so many memories because
Yes, it does.
this is where we came to see Kev and Sue way back in 2018 to look at the boats, and then of course we ordered the boat and the shell arrived, and we've vlogged everything from the fit out and the paint job and everything until it left. So this place does hold so many memories, and we've been really looking forward to coming back here. Except the new owner has said that they'd prefer that we don't film here, which is why we stood outside on the road and not in there. We don't know why, but it's a bit sad.
Yeah.
What was I saying about the warmest welcome?
I know.
You know, when we started our Foxes Afloat's journey back in 2018, we quickly discovered something beautiful, that life's filled with some incredible people who light up our world. Sure, not everybody appreciates what we do, and that's perfectly okay, but the real magic lies in those friendships that we've made along the way. We've been so fortunate to connect with some truly amazing people, incredible friends that feel like family, who bring laughter, kindness, and so much joy into our lives. The memories we've shared with them are like diamonds, sparkling brighter than anything that negativity could ever dull. The world is full of kindness and love if you choose to see it, and that's what we choose every time. No amount of bitterness or unkindness can ever overshadow the happiness that we feel when we're surrounded by the people who matter the most. And we carry those memories with us, knowing that the kindness and joy that we've experienced is worth celebrating. And really, that's what life's all about, isn't it? Filling it with moments that just make your heart smile.
Wasn't meant to be like this. It's messing with my head is all this. This whole vlog was meant to be about the start of a new era, a kind of a new adventure for us.
Yes, it was.
With the nav and the tent box and out exploring. And it's just not turned out that way today.
No, it hasn't actually.
We thought that going back to Liverpool, where the whole Foxes Afloat thing began, would be a really good way to launch the new journey, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
All it's done is brought back all sorts of memories.
It stirred up things.
Mostly good, and we're really kind of feeling that pull of nostalgia, I think.
Yeah.
And kind of remembering the love of all those friendships that we've had and made over the years. It's just, how do you feel?
Can we have a boat?
I knew that was coming.
No, we're not.
Oh, we don't know. We actually talked when we were talking to Kinney. We were actually talking about it, and I think the thing is, now that we're away, we're on his way home. Now that we're away, I think it's important that we remember why we moved off the boat in the first place.
Yes.
And there was, I mean, there were good reasons for moving off the boat. The canals were getting way too busy because we ended up hiding in marinas for the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, that was it. And it wasn't just that, it was too many closures.
There was a lot of closures.
A lot of closures, and you couldn't move.
And they're not getting better now, are they? So
No.
quite a breach starting on the Macclesfield Canal. And yeah, it was just too busy, I think, and all the people screaming at us all the time.
Good and bad.
Good, mostly good.
Yeah.
Do like a good screamer.
Ah!
No privacy. I mean, there was no privacy really at all for us. Whether even in the
No, the boat was too well known.
the places where we thought we were going to get some privacy, we just didn't. And I mean, there was all the triggers. Do you know what I mean? Like the engine noise and the generators and the barking dogs and things. And it's important to remember. I think the problem is that going back to Liverpool has also reminded us of a lot of the really good things.
Oh God, yes.
That I think we might have overlooked in those final few weeks and months before we moved off.
Yeah.
I mean, so most importantly, the friendships. Obviously, there's so much love. But that sense of adventure, I don't know about you, but well, when I went to St Mary's Marina with Kev, it came back. That excitement of launch day just came straight back. And I don't know, I was craving that sense of adventure that we had when he was talking about going on the Ribble Link within a few weeks of launching the boat. But I think also that kind of freedom to be nomadic, do you know what I mean? Just to be out and and not, I mean, yes, you have responsibilities, but we had less responsibilities.
We didn't have any responsibilities, really.
Yeah, and then there's the stories and the history and all those, and I love storytelling.
It was the freedom, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, being able to be like in Salthouse Dock one day, but then the next day you were back in Melling or across the River
Out in
Mersey
the countryside.
on the Shroppy, just like within a day. Cattle grid. And it just brought all that back, and I think that's I don't know, I think it's natural to kind of remember the good things, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so,
The
yes.
truth is I do miss it.
Yeah, we do a little bit.
But
We say we don't, but we do.
yeah, I do miss it, but I think it's too easy to romanticize about it.
Yes.
And saying we miss it doesn't mean that we're gonna buy another boat. I think it's completely natural to feel nostalgic.
Yeah, I think so.
When you go back and there's so many people that you've missed and things like that.
And if we did buy a boat, it wouldn't be a permanent thing.
I don't think it would, no.
No.
And I think the other thing is that we have responsibilities.
We have now.
Back at home. I mean, for God's sake, we've got chickens coming tomorrow.
Yes.
So,
And we have Sherlock, and that is a responsibility.
and the bees, and we've set ourselves up nice little home there. So
Yeah, we have.
So don't get too excited. I don't think about.
Because it's not happening.
I don't think it's happening. No. The other thing that I noticed is just it's fast asleep in the back. He's had such a brilliant few days. Is how much Otis loved it at Kevin Sue's.
Oh God, yeah.
He's just a different. Otis knows Kevin Sue really well. He's spent a lot of time with them when we were buying the house and moving off the boat.
Yeah.
And for some weird reason, he totally behaves himself. All the
It's bizarre.
cartwheeling and barking and stuff that you've seen over the last few weeks, he doesn't do that at Kevin Sue's. And I think it's because, I don't know, there's like a competition with Ollie going on and attention, and there's no stimulus back at our house, whereas Kevin Sue's is always really busy. And I think that environment is actually
Better for it.
It's calming him down a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's fast asleep in the back. He's going to be grumpy with us for a week now.
Yeah, he will.
The other thing you might have noticed is that we didn't use the tent box.
Not on purpose.
We actually did set off with the full intention of using the tent box and sleeping in there.
It's on the roof.
But we got a few offers of places to stay while we were in Liverpool, and it was just too much to try not to, because it was a lovely room, wasn't it? So we ended up staying with a friend there.
It's nice to be wined and dined.
It actually is, and I mean, as we go forward with the adventures around the country and everything, if you've got if you've got a room, cattle grid, if you've got a room where you can put us up, you don't mind me wandering about naked and scaring the goldfish, or some land where we can pitch the tent box, then get in touch and let us know in the comments. And when we're touring around Britain,
We'll call in.
we can call in and you can make us a brew.
Open a bottle of wine.
So yeah, we're on our way back home now. That's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been very different,
Yes, very.
very nostalgic. And we'll be back next week. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up and hit the notification bell. YouTube will let you know every time we release a new video. Join us on Patreon or become a YouTube member and get some exclusive content.
More of this rubbish.
There's videos and photos and bits of gossip and all sorts. And we'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.